Tonight, we report on Moses Lake mishandling millions of dollars in department loans, and an old military silo goes up for sale. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Plenty, Amber. Big Ben's Rain Letkeman is drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Apple Sox get back in the win column. Here's a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
To be with you, everybody, dry and warm conditions across the area. There is a slight drop in the temperatures in the forecast. I'll bring you all the details in a few moments.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Moses Lake was mishandling $6.8 million in loans between city department funds. The Washington State Auditor's Office issued a finding to the city as part of its 2012 and 2013 audit. Auditors stated the city violated accounting rules when transferring money between the water and sewer budget and sanitation budget. The city is required by state law to repay the money to the sections of the budget with interest. The various sections of the city's budget owed $6.8 million in 2013. The auditors pointed out the city's sanitation budget loaned money to other departments, but in 2013 it needed to borrow $100,000 from the water and sewer budget to continue operating. State auditors reported accounting guidelines require the city to repay the loans within 3 years, and the city council needed to approve a schedule to repay the loans. City officials wrote to the auditors denying they did anything wrong and offered steps to comply with the auditors' requests. 2 longtime Moses Lake School District administrators said farewell this week during its school board meeting. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
The first Moses Lake School Board meeting of the summer was a bittersweet affair as the district said goodbye to 2 longtime administrators. Transportation manager John Eschenbacher started his career as a bus driver and spent 22 years with the district. School board president Connie Hikens talked about Eschenbacher's contributions.
This transportation department, you helped put it together. You were the one actually that gave us the idea to use this land for the transportation, and we are so pleased with the work that you have done. The service that you've given to our community and to our kids is just, it's wonderful. We are really going to miss you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Business and Operations Executive Director Mark Johnson is also retiring after 26 years in the district in a variety of administrative roles. Johnson said that his goal over his career has never changed.
It still is focused on what's good for kids, best interest of kids, and I appreciate the opportunity to play that out in a variety of ways, and you had great responsibility in that, and I thank you for it humbly.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
Lakeview Park residents should continue to boil their water to be safe. Officials in Lakeview Park said they disinfected the water system and are going to test for bacteria within the next few days. The State Department of Health is advising the residents in the 400 homes near Soap Lake to boil water after E. coli was discovered in a sample from the water system. Grant County Health District officials recommended several items for the water system officials to check and fix, including a hole in the reservoir, checking the screens on the vents, and cleaning one of the well houses. Water Authority officials are going to take samples from the system later this week. If the samples don't show any signs of contamination, the advisory to boil water will be lifted. The bacteria were discovered during a routine test last week. Department officials stated no one has reported becoming ill. An Ephrata couple and their 2 children are hoping for help after losing everything in a house fire. In a matter of minutes, John Lynch and Karina Flippin's home was destroyed. The couple and their 2 children, a 2-year-old girl and 5-year-old boy, weren't injured when a fire started under the porch of their home on 8th Avenue Southeast in Ephrata on June 11th. Their home and car were a total loss. The couple was reportedly renting the home and did not have any insurance for the house or their car. They both work night shift in Ephrata, but will now be living in Moses Lake without transportation to go to work. Christina Stone, a neighbor down the block, walked over to the scene after seeing the fire. Stone said she wanted to help. She's an employee at the Den Bar and Grill in Ephrata and said the business is accepting donations for the family. Stone said she is dropping off donations to the family each night. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be right back after this.